And for any of you who are joining tonight, or if this is a couple days later for you and you're watching the recorded version, because I know some people, for time zone issues, they couldn't join tonight. But if you're joining this session, just make sure to send me your email address afterward for the free gift. It's day one of the 10-day program that I have on my website. You'll get the first day for free, and it's all about goals and intention setting. So send me your email and I'll send you the link to that. And if you like it so much you want the whole program, just let me know and I'll happily set you up with it. Okay, so lie down on your yoga mat, taking Shavasana, settle in. Your feet will flop out to the sides. Close your eyes. Become really comfortable. If you feel cold, you can always grab a blanket or a sweater. Once you're settled in, start to tune into your breath and feel the natural rise and fall of your belly as you breathe. Feel your body heavy against your yoga mat. Allow any thoughts in your mind to drift away. Recognize that it's okay if any thoughts drift in at any time. Just see it for what it is. Even label it. Maybe it's an emotion, a distraction, memory, or planning. And after you've labeled it, watch it drift outward like a cloud in the sky. And come back to your breath. Notice where your breath is leading from. Are you breathing from your chest? If you are, try to sink it down deeper into your diaphragm. Full belly breaths in. Hollowing out your stomach as you breathe out. You breathe in, you're really filling your body up with new, fresh energy and oxygen. As you breathe out, you're drifting down into relaxation, allowing any tension, any worries to drift away, be taken away through the layers of the earth away from you. Notice if you can feel your heart beating inside of your chest. And then start to link the breath and the heartbeat. Just notice those natural rhythms together inside of you. You might even visualize a glowing light around your heart, any color of your choice. And every time you breathe in, that light glows brighter. Every time you breathe out, the light starts to travel throughout your body. And it travels further every time you take a breath, until your entire body is glistening with this beautiful, colorful light. Now, as you lie here, take a moment to reflect on your intention for yourself, what you want to receive from this yoga practice, how you want to feel. Your intention could be just one word that you want to invite in, or it could be a phrase. Try not to think too hard about it. It's whatever pops into your mind. Use that as your intention for yourself, and it'll be your anchor point to keep you mindful and present throughout our practice together. Every inhale, you're inviting that intention into your being. Every exhale, you're letting go of something that's holding you back from that. Breathing in abundance. Breathing out blockages. Slowly start to wake up your body by wiggling fingers and toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Maybe rock your head from side to side, massaging the back of your head. And then when you're ready, take a nice big full body stretch, extending your hands behind you, toes in front of you. As you breathe in, the sides of your body are lengthening. As you breathe out, settle into the stretch. Inhale, lengthen even more. Exhale fully. One last time. Inhale, reach as far as you can. And on your exhale, you'll release the stretch. Release your hands down next to your sides. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Take any movements that you'd like. You can rock from side to side. Maybe draw circles with your knees. Giving your back a little massage here, bringing some movement into the body. Come back to center. And you want your pelvis to really be steady on your yoga mat. Place each palm of your hand on top of each kneecap and start to draw two big circles on the ceiling with your knees. So imagine you have two crayons attached to your knees and you're drawing two big circles. So the pelvis is not moving, it's just the leg bone in the hip socket that'll be creating this movement. Change direction of your circle now. Now you're drawing those two circles in the opposite direction. Good. Come back to center. Give yourself a nice little squeeze, maybe even bringing your forehead in towards your knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release your head back down. Keep your right knee in towards your chest. Extend the left leg out long in front of you. This is your wind relieving posture, Apanasana. If your body is craving movements, you can rock the knee from side to side. You could also draw circles with your knee or your ankle. Or you can stay here in stillness and draw this knee in towards your right armpit to open up the hip a bit more. Creating space in the body. Take 3 deep breaths here. We're going to start to move into our supine twist now. So open your right arm out to the side. Left hand will guide your left knee across your body. So only go as far as what feels good to you. Maybe your foot or your knee will rest on the ground next to you. But you want to make sure that both shoulder blades are sinking down into your mat. So if you need to, you can always place a block or a book underneath this right foot or leg. And if it feels okay for your neck, you can bring your chin towards your right shoulder. Closing your eyes, soften into this twist with every breath you take. Wringing out any toxins and massaging the internal organs. And inhale, slowly come back to center. Give your right knee a little squeeze in towards your chest. And then extend it out long in front of you. Other side. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. Uttanasana for the other side. And again, take whichever variation feels best in your body. What you want to feel is one long line from the base of your skull down to your tailbone. So you want to make sure that your chin is tucked in towards your chest slightly to lengthen the back of your neck. And your back is against your yoga mat, is long against your yoga mat. This is a really good posture for any back pain or to realign the spine. Also really helpful with posture. 3 more breaths here. And on your last exhale, use your right hand to bring the left knee across your body, opening the left arm out to the side. Again, if it feels okay for your neck, you can bring your chin towards the left shoulder. Only going as far as what feels good to you. And sinking into this twist with every breath you take. Two more breaths. And using your next inhale, bring your left knee back to center. Give a little squeeze and send it out long in front of you. Now we're going to roll onto our right side for fetal position, using your right arm as a pillow for your head. Knees tucked in towards your chest, eyes closed. And this is our position of rebirth and new beginnings. As you lie here, reflect on your intention for yourself, what it means to you, how it can define your practice, but also how it can define your life off of your yoga mat. When you're ready, gently press yourself up to a seated position. Okay, so you'll have your legs crossed in front of you. And you'll place each hand over top of your kneecaps. We're going to move through our seated cat-cows now. So when you inhale, you're sliding your shoulder blades together and down your back to open up your heart. Exhale, round your back. Send the heart and the belly button backwards towards your spine. As you breathe in, spread the shoulders away from heart center. Again, imagine that light shining up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round your back. Spread the shoulder blades away from one another and really feel that stretch in between them. Inhale to open up, expanding the front of your body. Exhale, round your back, stretching all down the back. One more big breath in to open up. And exhale, round your back one more time. Come back to center with a straight back. And extend your left foot out to the side, right sole of your foot to your inner thigh. Your right hand will be just next to your hip. As you inhale, you're going to sweep yourself up into rock star pose, pressing your hips and your heart forward. Exhale, sit down and reach across for your left foot. Let's move with our breath now. Inhale, sweep yourself up, expanding the front of your body. Exhale, sink down, hinging from the hips, not your low back, to fold across your leg. Inhale, open up, reach up, expand the body. Exhale, sink down, moving a little bit further into your stretch. Continue to flow at your own pace, to your own breath, allowing the breath to guide you through these movements. Maybe even closing your eyes if that feels good to you. One last one here. Inhale to open up the body. Exhale, sink down, hinge from your hips, fold into this stretch. We're going to hold here for a few breaths. So you're either reaching for your thigh, your shin, ankle, or your foot. And again, this isn't a rounding of the back, it's folding from your hips. So as you breathe in, you're going to lengthen your spine in opposite directions. As you breathe out, you're going to sink down a little bit further. Inhale the crown of your head towards your foot. Exhale, lower into the stretch even more. Last 3 breaths here. After your last breath, walk your hands around to center. We're going to press ourselves up into gate pose. So lift up and turn your right toes directly behind you. Left foot is planting down onto your mat. Reach your fingertips up on an inhale. Exhale, slide left hand down your left leg, reaching up and over. You should feel a nice stretch from the fingertips all the way down the side of your body. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. Your gaze can be ahead of you, or you can turn it up towards the ceiling, looking underneath your arm. Breathing into this stretch, your torso is long. So make sure you're not just collapsing down into your side. Beautiful. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, set your hand down next to you. We're moving into our modified plank posture. So you can stay here if you'd like. Again, gaze ahead of you or up towards your fingertips. Or you can float your left foot up away from your yoga mat. Okay, so core is engaged, your core is strong. You can stay here if you'd like, or you can bend your knee, bringing your foot in towards your glute and catch your foot behind you. You'll feel a nice opening through the front of the body as you press your hips forward. Press your hand into your foot, foot into hand, open up your heart. There should be a nice stretch all through your shoulder and your chest. Breathe into that area. 2 more breaths, nice and steady. On an exhale, slowly release this foot, coming back to your modified plank position. Bring your foot back down to your mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale into our one-leg child's pose. So this leg still stays out long, and you'll bring your knee to the outside of your ribs. Walking your hands forward, press the palms of your hands down, and then lower your forehead down into your mat. Okay, start to walk your hands back in towards you now, lifting yourself back up and sit back down onto your sit bones. Let's do the other side now. So extend your right leg out to the side, left sole of your foot to the inner thigh, left hand just next to your hip. As you breathe in, sweep yourself up, rock star pose. Exhale, sit down, hinge from the hips, fold across your leg. Inhale, lift up, reach up, imagine that light from your heart shining up. Exhale, sink down and fold a little bit further. Flowing at your own pace to your own breath. Closing your eyes if you'd like. Noticing how every stretch feels in your body. And moving with intention. Really notice how it feels to go in and out of each posture as well. Don't just try to hurry through them. Actually move through them. Notice how this feels. Notice how the transition feels. Beautiful. One last one here. Inhale, lift up, open up. Exhale, sink your sit bones down. Reach across your leg. We're holding the stretch now. So again, hinging from the hips, back is long. So imagine sit bones sinking down, tailbone reaching for your mat, crown of your head reaching up. And then folding from your hips, only as far as what feels good to you. Your hands can rest next to your leg if you'd like. Thigh, shin, ankle, foot, wherever is best for you. Lengthen your spine and fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold a little further. Breathing into that area where you feel the stretch the most. 3 more breaths. After your third breath, walk your hands around to center. We're moving into our gate posture again, so press yourself up. Turn your left toes directly behind you. Plant your right foot down. Sweep your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach. Exhale, slide your hand down your leg, reaching up and over into that side stretch. Breathing into the side of your body. Bring your gaze wherever is best for you to stay steady. Relax your jaw if you've been clenching it. Come back to your breath. Nice. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, set your hand down next to modified plank position. So you're either holding here or you're lifting this top foot up. Or you can start to bend that knee and catch your foot behind you. Press your foot into hand, hand into foot. Open up your heart. Press your hips forward. Ah, nice, lovely stretch through the chest. Opening your heart once again. Breathe into that heart center. Imagine the light glowing from your heart outward. Slowly release your foot. And come back into your gate posture. Inhale, reach your fingertips up high. Exhale, we're sinking down into that one-leg child's pose again. You should feel a nice stretch all through the inner thigh in this posture. And if your hips don't quite touch your heel, that's perfectly fine. Only go as far as what feels good to you. Let's start to walk the hands back in towards the body now. Lift yourself up. And we're going to transition into our tabletop position now. So coming onto your hands and knees, we want to set up a solid foundation for ourselves. So I'll take my sweater off so you can see. So we've got one straight line from the shoulder down to the wrist, and another straight line from the hips down to your knee. Another straight line from the crown of your head down to your tailbone. So think about lengthening the crown of your head forward, tailbone back, core is engaged. Beautiful. So we have this solid foundation for ourselves. Spread your fingers wide. Look in between your knees. Your knees are hip width distance apart and your toes are directly behind them. So you shouldn't be able to see your feet in between your knees. Good. Okay, so curl your toes under and slowly lift your sit bones up. We're moving into our downward facing dog. Once you get there, you can pedal out your feet, bend and straighten your knees, shift side to side, whatever feels good to you in this posture. Eventually, you'll find a point of stillness. And you're pressing into the knuckle part of your hand. You're pressing that mat away from you. Shoulders are away from your ears, head is heavy. Core is engaged to protect your low back. And your tailbone is reaching up high. So if you need to bring a bend into your knees to flatten your back, that's totally fine. The heels will melt down towards your mat with time. Nice. Take one more deep breath in your down dog. Look to the top of your mat and tiptoe your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins, flat back. Again, crown of your head reaching forward, tailbone reaching back, core engaged. Exhale to release down into your forward fold. If you're wearing socks like me at this point, you might want to take them off because you'll be slipping around. Okay, so the head is heavy. Try to shift the weight more into the balls of your feet so that your hips are stacked over top of your ankles. And then if you want to clasp opposite elbows and sway side to side, you can. Shake your head no, nod it yes. Bring as much of a bend into your knees as you need to for the stomach to rest on top of your thighs. Letting go of any tension or worries, just imagine it rolling off of your back and into your yoga mat, being taken away by the layers of the earth. And release whatever hold you have. We're going to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Imagine each vertebrae stacking on top of the next one. Head will be the last thing to come up. And then we're in our Tadasana, mountain posture. So I'll show you. You want to ground down evenly through both of your feet. So even think about lifting up all 10 toes and then place each one down individually. So you're really spreading the weight down through your feet. Feel that energy lift through your legs. So you slightly tuck the pelvis under and engage your core. Roll your shoulders back and down and imagine energy shooting out of every fingertip. And then you could almost imagine that you're a puppet and there's a string attached to your head and you're growing. Your spine is lengthening. So everything from the belly button down is grounding you. Everything from the belly button up is lifting you, is opening you up. You're grounded and you're growing in your possibilities at the same time. Close your eyes if you'd like, feeling the steadiness of our mountain posture. Breathing in your intention for yourself. Breathing out anything that's holding you back. Inhaling abundance. Exhaling blockages. When you're ready, flutter your eyes open. Inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge from your hips, swan dive down. Inhale to lift halfway. You have your flat back. Exhale, release. Ground your hands down into your mat and just step the right foot back. Lower down onto your right knee. So your left knee is stacked directly over top of your ankle, and your hips are squared to the top of your mat. Low runner's lunge. Now when you're ready, we're going to sweep the hands up towards the ceiling, sinking your hips forward and down. You should feel a nice stretch down the front of the right hip flexor and into that psoas muscle. Lift your fingertips up high, breathing into this stretch. You're growing while grounding at the same time. Inhale fully. Exhale, set your hands down onto your yoga mat and slide this left foot back. So now you're in a modified plank position. Fingers are spread wide. You're not locking your elbows. There's still a slight bend in them. Core is in nice and engaged. One long line from the crown of your head down your back. Inhale fully. Exhale, lower with control. Hug the elbows in towards your ribs. Inhale, peel your heart up away from your mat. Baby cobra position. You're pressing the tops of your feet down into your mat. Kneecaps lift. Slide the shoulder blades together and down your back as though you're trying to hold a marble in between them. And it's all upper back strength. So if you can, you might even want to lift your hands up away from your mat. All right? Beautiful. Imagine that light shining from your heart forward. Inhale fully. Exhale, press yourself back through your tabletop position and into your downward facing dog. Right away, finding that point of stillness, breathe into your down dog. Inhale, float your right foot up towards the ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands, lower down onto the back knee. Low runner's lunge for the other side. Again, make sure this knee isn't too far forward, otherwise it'll be really hard on your joint. Inhale, sweep your hands up towards the ceiling, sink the hips forward and down. Lift from the fingertips. Inhale fully. Exhale, release your hands down to your mat. Curl your back toes under, lift up your knee. Step up to your forward fold. Inhale, slide your hands to your shins, flat back. Exhale to release. We're going to stay in our forward fold. This time, clasp your hands behind your back. You should start to feel a nice opening through your chest. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bend the right knee and turn the right shoulder towards your knee. You should start to feel a nice stretch all down the left leg here. Breathing into that stretch. And we'll switch sides. So bend the left knee, straighten the right knee, and turn left shoulder towards the left knee. Inhale back to center. Release your hands down to your yoga mat. Ground down evenly through both of your feet. Inhale, lift yourself up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Tadasana position. From here, you're going to bring your hands to your hips, and you're going to find your drishti point, a point of stillness that you can focus on ahead of you. It'll help you to remain steady and balanced. And then all you're going to do is keep that core engagement, keep your focus steady, and then lift your heels up away from your yoga mat. So you're on the balls of your feet. Try to stack the heels over top of your toes. Gaze is steady, core is strong. Continue to breathe. If you'd like, you could even bring hands to heart center. 3, 2, 1. Slowly melt your heels down towards your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge your hips, dive down. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale to let it go. Ground your hands down into your mat. Step back to your plank position. We're holding here. Always have the option to lower down onto your knees if you need to. But if you're in your full plank, you want to make sure that your hips are level. They're not too high and they're not dipping down too low. You're creating a nice long line down your back. You're pressing the mat away from you so you can even like puff up in between your shoulder blades. Only 2 more breaths here. And then from here, you can either lower down onto your knees to move down onto your belly, or you can move through your chaturanga, hug the elbows in towards your ribs. Inhale, lift up, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Take a couple of breaths in your down dog, settle in. And as you breathe in, you're gonna float left foot up towards the ceiling. Bend your knee, open up your hip, try to kick that opposite glute. Shoulders remain square to your yoga mat. Start to take circles with the knee now. In one direction. And the opposite direction. Inhale, reach your foot up towards the ceiling. Exhale, curl under, come forward into your plank position, knee to nose. Inhale, lift your foot up. Exhale, crunch under. Last one, inhale, lift up. Exhale, crunch under, hold here for a breath. And then step your foot in between your hands. We're moving into our crescent lunge now. So steady through your feet. You're high on the ball of your back foot. Hips are squared. Engage your core. Reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Nice. Nice and steady. Shoulders away from your ears. Legs are strong. Now we're only going to move the upper body. So inhale here. Exhale, hinge your hips. Fold from the hips and reach your fingertips back behind you. Airplane arms. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to lift back up. This time as we exhale, we're coming forward into our warrior 3 position. So we're going to come back off that back foot. Find your drishti point ahead of you. Hands can be at your hips. They can reach behind you. They can be at heart center. Or they can reach out in front of you. Whatever is best for you. Grounding through that standing leg, make sure you're not dumping all the weight into it. So level out your hips. Engage your core. Nice. Exhale, set your hands down onto your yoga mat. Standing splits. Lift that top foot up high. Your head is heavy. If you want to challenge your balance, you can hold on to that standing leg with one or both hands. Inhale, lift your foot up even higher. Exhale, bring your feet together to touch. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up. This time, right away, going up onto your tippy toes. Finding that drishti point ahead of you, core is engaged. Hands at heart center. And melt your heels down towards your mat. All right, inhale, reach your fingertips up high. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale to let it go. Step back to your plank position. You're moving through your vinyasa flow. So maybe you lower down onto your knees, or maybe you move through chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog or your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Let's do the other side now. Inhale, float your right foot up towards the ceiling. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Try to kick that opposite glute. Now start to draw circles with your knee in one direction. And the other direction. Inhale, float your foot up towards the ceiling, reach up high. Exhale, crunch under knee to nose. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale to crunch under. One last time. Inhale, reach up, lift up. Exhale, crunch under, hold for a breath, and step your right foot in between your hands. Feel steady through your legs, steady through your feet. Both feet are grounding you down. Lift up into your crescent lunge pose. Nice, lifting from the fingertips, relax your shoulders down. Let's start to move with our breath now. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hinge from your hips, reach behind you. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift. This time we're going into our warrior three pose. Exhale, look ahead of you, come forward, up off of that back foot. And again, bring your hands to hips if you'd like, heart center. They can reach in front of you, behind you. You're trying to create one long line from the crown of your head down to your heel. So your body's in a T shape. Just like our goals, we stay steady, we stay focused on what we like, what we want to achieve. And if we fall out, that's okay, just get back in. Next exhale, lower your hands down to your yoga mat. Lift your foot up high, standing splits. Head is heavy, foot is reaching. Beautiful. If you want to grab hold of that standing leg with one or both hands, go ahead. One more breath here. And on your exhale, bring your feet together to touch. Taking a nice forward fold, whatever you prefer. If you like to hold opposite elbows, you can. If you'd like the variation with your hands behind your back, you can do that. Or you can wrap your peace fingers around your big toes. Whatever feels best to you. Letting go of any tension. Head is heavy. Maybe your eyes are closed. Letting go of whatever you need to let go of this year so you can go into 2019 with a fresh, positive mindset. Release whatever hold you have. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, let it go. Root to rise, reach all the way up. Big, juicy stretch up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Find your mountain pose. Find steadiness in your body. Close your eyes. Remembering your intention for yourself. And as you breathe in, reach your hands up overhead. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to release. Step back either into your down dog or into a plank and move through one final vinyasa flow. Okay, nice. Take 3 deep breaths in your down dog. On your last exhale, lower down into a child's pose. If you want to get into the hips, knees are mat width distance apart, big toes touch. Your body goes in between your thighs and you're reaching for the top of your mat. However, if you want to stretch your back a bit more, bring your knees together to touch, fold over top of your thighs, fingertips reach behind you. Take whatever variation is calling to you the most. Okay, start to begin to walk your hands in towards you, rolling yourself up to a seated position. Shift your weight onto your sit bones. Bring your feet around to the front. We're going to take a butterfly pose. So you're going to bring the soles of your feet together to touch, knees open wide. If you want to support your knees, you can place blocks or books underneath your legs. You're going to wrap your hands around your feet. Roll your shoulders back and down. Again, your spine is long. You're grounding down through your sit bones while lifting up out of the crown of your head. Nice. So hold here for a breath. If you'd like, you can even stay here, or you can start to hinge from the hips. Again, flat back. You're folding forward. You can even press your elbows down into your legs. When you get to the point where you can't fold anymore, then you could release your head down. Slowly come back up. We're going to go into our meditation portion of this practice now. So bring your knees together to touch, closing the knees together as though you're closing a book. And just gently sway the knees side to side to flush out that stretch. And then when you're ready, come to a comfortable seated position, legs crossed in front of you. If it's more comfortable for you to sit on a block or a pillow, you can do that. If you want to take half lotus or full lotus, if that's available to you as well, you can do that. Whatever you feel best in for a little meditation. Only be about 5 minutes long. So become comfortable. Feel your sit bones grounding down. Feel the crown of your head lengthening up. Imagine your spine lengthening. The vertebrae are separating in opposite directions. Roll shoulders back and down. Your hands are on your thighs, either palms facing down to feel a bit more grounded, or palms facing up to receive some energy. Option to place the index finger and the thumb together to touch. Close your eyes. Your spine is long and everything else kind of relaxes around it. Start to sink inward, allowing any thoughts that might come in to drift out of your mind. Observe your breath. Inhale, fill the belly with air. Exhale, hollow out your stomach. And then as you inhale, you're filling the belly and you'll feel your ribs expand outward. Exhale, knit the ribs back in towards one another, hollow out your belly. In our next breath, we're going to fill the entire torso with air. So as you breathe in, you're filling the belly, expanding the ribs outward, and your chest will lift slightly. Exhale, the chest lowers, ribs knit back in towards one another, belly sinks in. Inhale the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Continue this 3-part breath at your own pace. As you continue this mindful breathing, I want you to visualize a goal that you have for yourself for 2019. Maybe it has to do with fitness or goals around seeing friends more, reading a book. Whatever it is for you, I want you to visualize that goal. How does it look to achieve that goal? How does it feel? More importantly, why is it so meaningful for you to achieve this goal? See yourself, every detail, achieving this goal. What's around you? What are you doing? Who do you see, if anybody? Place yourself in that situation. Slowly release this visualization, knowing that you can come back to it at any time. And I'll start to introduce our mantra for our practice. So silently repeat this mantra in your mind. I have everything that I need to achieve my goals. I have everything that I need to achieve my goals. I have everything that I need to achieve my goals. Continue to repeat this mantra in your mind. Be here for a few moments. I'll let you know when it's time to come out of our meditation by ringing my bowl. It's time to come out of your meditation now. Slowly start to feel into your body again. Flicker your eyes open. Take a couple of breaths here. Notice how you feel. Now it's time for a journaling portion of the practice. So grab your pen and paper or your pad of paper. What I want you to do is I want you to write down exactly what that goal is that you visualized for yourself. Write it down, label it for whatever it is and why it's meaningful to you. Take a couple moments to do that now. And once you've finished writing out your goal for yourself, I also want you to write down what your intention was at the start of the practice. You might be surprised to see that your goal and your intention connect somehow. So write that down after you've finished your goal and then see if there's any connection for yourself. And when you finish writing everything out, come back to your comfortable seated position. As you breathe in, reach your hands up overhead, gathering the energy up overhead. Exhaling your hands to your third eye for kind and loving thoughts, to your mouth for kind and loving words, to your heart for kind and loving intentions. The light within me sees the light within you. From the bottom of my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this New Year's themed yoga practice. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Again, make sure you send your email to me after you finish this class, and then I'll send you a free gift. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye.